this is Bigfoot. You've probably heard of him and probably don't believe in him. But people have found his footprints thousands of times, claimed to see him, taken pictures of him, and dedicated decades of their life to finding him. And they're all going to this one event. So I'm gonna go there and see why they believe all these things and to see if there's enough evidence to prove that Bigfoot could actually be real. This is wild, man. Look at this. We're at like the pinnacle of Bigfoot knowledge. So here's the plan. I gathered a list of the most knowledgeable Bigfoot experts that I am gonna talk to try to get their best Bigfoot evidence.
Here's the thing, right? Like the Wraith, Jersey Devil, all that stuff, you know, there's a lot of reports and stuff, right? But there's no evidence. There's no...
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Like, Bigfoot is so much... I didn't realize how different Bigfoot was.
It's because it's an actual animal.
You can tell here, like, this is not another one like, oh, it might exist. Like, when we went to the Mothman Festival, almost no one believed in it. Oh, we just talked to those people. They're like, oh yeah, it's different because he's real. So we started at the second biggest video of Bigfoot after the Patterson-Gimlin footage from the last video. Your dad got the footage. We just watched the video.
Oh, there he goes.
It's considered the second best, generally speaking.
Patterson-Gimlin?
Next to Patterson's.
Okay,
yes.
wow.
I cannot 100% believe they're real because I've never seen them. But I think the most likely scenario, living, breathing, organic animal from this planet, and we have the habitat to support it, especially if there's only 2,000 or 3,000 in the entire United States. Matt Pruitt, who's right here behind me, is super smart.
Like I found out with the last video, it's very hard for me to believe a video when it so easily could be just someone in a costume, just like the original footage. So we then went to talk to the person he referred us to.
Because I've been pursuing this for about 20 years.
Do you personally believe in Bigfoot?
I'm convinced that the ape hypothesis, you know, that there is an animal, I think that's the most likely answer. Because I've interviewed over 2,000 witnesses at this point in the last 20-something years. You hear so many of the same elements. They didn't want to come publicly, but they were willing to tell me privately.
So knowing that the reason that he believes so much is people's sightings, I went to go hear some sightings for myself.
Yeah, we camped up there and just took pictures all day long. When I got home, I found that picture and I was like, I'm just gonna blow this up because of the tree line. And I just started blowing it up and I was like, whoa, wait, what's that? Smaller guy right here, because you got eyes, you got mouth, nose. And this isn't the original, it's just whatever blown up. And there's like the belly and the legs right there.
My first sighting was in 2019 in the Mountain National Forest. Slush peeking at me from behind a tree. The first time I saw it, I was an active drummer for 5 different bands. Music was my life. And within a month after that, I quit all of them to pursue the research. And that's what I did for a living. And it made me question everything, man. I mean, because, you know, you're taught these things are monsters. They're not real. They're on Mount St. Helens. So you guys
really never bought into the whole Bigfoot thing. It was like a good legend to tell around campfires. Yeah. But on April 3rd, 1993, while doing demolition exercises in the U.S. Army, we were doing large explosions in these gravel quarries, lit the fuses, got in the vehicles. We come around this corner, and it was a nice enough looking around the woods, and there's 3 dark figures standing right out in the open, where we had just detonated maybe an hour before. And my first thought was, oh my God, what are those people doing down there? Because we have to be accountable for keeping the civilians out of the area when we're doing this. Anyway, the more I looked, the more I realized I'm not looking at people at all. I mean, yeah, they're standing on 2 legs, all 3 of them, facing us as we're coming down the ravine across the way. They were too big, they were built like bodybuilders. I was just like in shock. I thought, those aren't people. The arms were down to the knee, all the way down to the knees, and the legs were too long, proportionate to a human torso. Yeah. And the head's just square on these massive shoulders. And the tallest one in the middle, I estimated to be about 9 feet tall. Those 25 seconds changed the course of my entire life ever since then. So it's been over 30 years now that I've been researching. And I've always said, if 10,000 people said I've had a sighting, and we have databases with more than that, think about it. What are the odds all 10,000 are wrong? And let's go with the thought that 9,999 of them are wrong. If one is right, game over.
These people were saying that a single sighting changed their entire life, and they abandoned everything they used to be because of it. This was definitely very convincing to me, but I'm after hard evidence. undeniable proof. So I kept talking to experts, asking if they had any evidence that just I couldn't refute, which is when things started to take an interesting turn.
You've been doing research for about 20 years?
I guess since 2005.
What's the most convincing evidence?
So we could see that these look like fingerprints. So we grabbed some construction chalk and a chicken feather, and we made our own forensic kit and dusted this waxy stuff. And so here they are, dude. Here are the. Put your hand up there.
That's wild.
Yeah, isn't that wild? It gets strange really quick, and you don't know what you're dealing with. Highlight this chalky white handprint. So here they are. But these prints, dude, are from abductees.
Wow. Wait, so you think Bigfoot's an alien?
Bingo. So yeah, I've seen not only a ball of light, but I've seen giant explosions of light that look like a pyrotechnic. Okay, so there's an ancient pyramid in the woods. It's called Tum Tum. All of that wilderness behind there is Bigfoot territory.
In the view of the flesh and blood people, there's a war going on. In the view of the people who consider there might be something paranormal about Sasquatches or spiritual, there is no war. It's perfectly acceptable that they can have both. And if you go all around North America and you talk with 400 tribal members, I doubt you'll find any that exclude some kind of paranormal ability for this. I don't want to comment on camera about what I'm aware of with regard to the U.S. Forest Service and the FBI.
We had now talked to almost everyone, hearing even more theories, trying to get hard evidence and getting close. But now, there was just one person to talk to, who knew a ton about Bigfoot tracks. The final piece of evidence, which is the reason that most people claim to believe in Bigfoot. If there was any man that would have evidence to prove Bigfoot's real, it would be this guy.
Alright, so this is one of the main guys who's done a ton of studies on Bigfoot, wrote a book about him, and basically is the only one who's saying, like, Bigfoot is out there as a scientist.
Anybody can convince me, I think it will be this guy.
I thought you were gonna say it could be me.
No.
How's it going?
It's all right.
My name's Gavin. I'm doing a documentary on Bigfoot.
Well, one thing I appreciate what you're doing, but I've got a huge line. Cool. So rather than hold them all up while we do an interview, how about we either talk afterward or
absolutely.
Because this man was extremely popular in the Bigfoot community, we had to interview him later. So for now, we had heard many locations from people throughout the day where they said they saw Bigfoot, took pictures, or had crazy stories. So we were gonna go to all these locations to see if we could find anything for ourselves.
There are 3 main places that we at least heard of, which is Near Road, Tum Tum Mountain, which the one guy told us that we will see an orb. And then finally, the main place where there are so many stories, so many sightings, Mount St. Helens. The number one evidence, like people find, is tracks. If we find that, bro, I might be a Bigfoot believer.
We're at location 1 of many. Rear City Road is what it's called. This is the road where the lady saw Bigfoot. She showed us a picture. Like, I can't see anything right now, but with this, I'll be able to see everything. If I see like a face, I'll probably cry. All right.
See anything?
I'm seeing a whole lot of trees. No giant ape? Bro, I literally thought I saw something. We should not have done this at night. This is a lot more terrifying because we spent the entire day today talking to people, telling us Bigfoot exists. One guy was talking to us, he was like, all those people that go missing in the forest, that's Bigfoot.
You hear that?
Damn, I'm spooked. Hey, how's it going? No, we're all good. We're just
looking for Bigfoot.
Just looking for Bigfoot. I think that's just the tree creaking. Yeah, that's the tree. Do you hear that? That's like growling.
I heard something.
Oh my gosh.
What is that?
Bro, you heard that, right?
Yeah.
That was dead growling. Oh shoot. I don't know why that.
Jesus Christ.
And I don't know why that guy's still over there. That's kind of freaking... That guy was watching us for like 30 minutes, so we decided to leave and not get robbed or something and head to the next area.
Tum Tum Mountain.
where right as we got there, things immediately got weird.
See up there? Doesn't that look like a rib cage? I'm scared to look at that. Dude, tell me that doesn't look like a rib cage. It's really slimy. Dude, this is f***ing weird. What is that? Dude, look how slimy it is. Alright, bro, what the... I'm like actually getting really freaked out, bro. Take a look that way. That's woods. Take a look that way. That's more woods. Plus mountain. Hey, bro, I don't want to be over here. There's more skeletons over here.
Really?
Right there. Dude, what is up with this? I don't know, dude. That's like so weird to me. Look, there's another bone right there. There's bones right there. Bones right there.
You would think that would like ward you away from going towards there, but no.
That's what attracts a groovy Gavin. Animal skeleton starts walking towards it. Sign that says danger. Let's go that way. I am the danger, Skylar. I am the one who knocks.
No.
Really, like, creepy to me too is like everyone we talk to that has a sighting, it completely changes their life. That one guy was a drummer, quit drumming, became a full-time Bigfoot guy. If you can change your life after a sighting, you gotta be damn sure you saw Bigfoot. We didn't see any tracks, so I grabbed the night vision camera to see if we would maybe see Bigfoot himself. 2 glowing dots. It looks like eyeballs.
Go on.
Dude, I am dead.
Is it moving?
That's gotta be something else. It's not moving at all, so... Oh, what I'm seeing is that right there.
What?
See this? It's just a reflection. So we headed to the final place before going back the next morning to hopefully get proof of Bigfoot's existence from Dr. Meldrum. Alright guys, it is freezing. It's raining. But we're at the final location. This is where all the experts told us to go. So like, I'm inclined to believe that there's something here. We're always so ill prepared for these videos. Look at our shoes. we're actually some idiots. So we began down a long trail where we found some suspicious footprints.
Is this one right here?
If it's right here,
oh. That looks like a Bigfoot foot.
But the problem was it was next to so many human footprints that I thought just multiple people stepped in the same area. But then we started hearing a lot of weird noises.
I hear a river.
100% heard something. Unfortunately, when we got to the ape cave area, which normally looks like this, it was completely covered in snow and we couldn't go in. So we went back to the hotel where the next morning we would finally be able to talk to Dr. Meldrum and hopefully get real evidence of Bigfoot.
My name is Dr. Jeff Meldrum, and I'm a professor of anatomy and anthropology, as well as do research into the evolution of human bipedal, the extensive evidence for the existence of Sasquatch, which is the footprint evidence. Professionally, my involvement was precipitated by an encounter with 15-inch tracks in the ground, fresh, less than 8 hours old, that I was shown by someone else, but nevertheless they were extremely impressive.
How often and how recent have the tracks been found?
Oh, quite frequently. In fact, today I was shown a number of examples, some that were from Northern California. They were 13 inches, so probably a juvenile or in snow that varied in depth from 2 feet to 6 inches. And so there were some prints that were remarkably clear. All 5 toes were absolutely distinguishable.
So you're 100% sure that the species of Bigfoot currently exists?
Well, it wouldn't be intellectually honest of me as a scientist to say 100%, because obviously to say 100% you need the physical object in front of you. Short of that, 99% confident. Yes, I'm convinced. I've seen so much evidence and seen how logically consistent, cohesive this chain of evidence is, that to now turn my back on it and say, you know, I was had, it's just a bunch of hooey, would be a total injustice.
And then he told us something pretty shocking, which was how being a Bigfoot believer affected him as a scientist.
There were those who I can only say had a visceral reaction, irrational, visceral rejection, and saw me as an embarrassment to the university and to their discipline. You know, I kind of became the brunt of a lot of jokes and ridicule. You know, I've seen papers rejected. I've had my work, other work, not cited appropriately. But having said that, for all the negatives, the flip side is I've had lots and lots of positive experiences.
After hearing an extremely established scientist say he believes 99% in these footprints, there was only one thing left to do: find footprints of my own. And I was gonna do this with the help of someone who has been hunting down Bigfoot and has found hundreds, if not thousands, of footprints, Cliff Brockman. So we started the drive down to meet up with him and finally find our own footprint. Subscribe, by the way, to see next week's weekly video.